Hi everyone, today is Friday, April 3rd, and today's ELA objective is students will be able to use text evidence and background knowledge to make an inference. When reading informational text, it is important to recall explicit examples from text so that you can understand the most important details and events of the selection. In addition to recalling specific examples from text to answer basic comprehension questions, you can also use details and examples to make inferences. When you make inferences, you use what you've read in addition to what you already know to fill in information that is not stated in a selection. You can use inferences to better understand a text and answer questions about it. To make inferences, ask yourself what information is missing from a text. Then think about your own experiences and other texts you've read to help you answer these questions. Here is a helpful visual to show how inferring works. So you take what you read, which is text evidence, and you combine that with what you already know, so your background and prior knowledge, to make an inference. So I'm going to read a story, and I'm going to take text evidence from the story in order to make an inference. So it's kind of like putting clues together to figure out what's not said in the text. The Penny Thief by Charlotte Fairchild. Okay. My family got a parakeet on the very day that we moved into our new apartment. On our first night in the new place, we tried to name our new pet. I wanted to call it Tweety, but no one else liked that name. We couldn't find a name that everyone agreed on, so we agreed to think about it for a while. My father always emptied his pocket change into a large glass bowl in the hallway. When he wanted money for this or that, he would count it out for us from the bowl. So I underlined my father always emptied his pocket change into a large glass bowl, but it doesn't really give us more information about that. The very next night, as he tossed his change into the bowl, he mumbled, "Funny, I'm sure there were mostly pennies on top." None of us knew where the pennies had gone. So I'm trying to figure out that clue. Every day that week, my father complained that someone was taking pennies from his bowl. We all pleaded ignorance, so that means we all told him none of us were taking his pennies. And every day that week, we discussed a new name for our pet. At the end of the week, we took everything out of the birdcage to clean it. In every corner of the cage was a pile of pennies. That's when we learned that my mother had let the bird out to fly every morning. "Penny thief," my father cried. So now I'm taking text evidence from the story and combining it with my own background knowledge in order to come up with a final inference. And we've done this a lot in fourth grade, so we're all used to the graphic organizer I'm about to show you. So what the text says, evidence. None of us knew where the pennies had gone. So I took that, and what I know with that text evidence is people like to figure out mysteries and puzzling events, right? If you had missing pennies in your house, you're going to want to know where they're disappearing to. And my final inference is the family wants to find out what is happening. They're going to solve that problem and that mystery. Another piece of text evidence I used is, in every corner of the cage was a pile of pennies. My mother had let the bird out to fly around every morning. And from my personal experience, I know that some birds are attracted to shiny objects. So my inference is the bird saw the pennies and picked them up to take back to its cage. So your assignment today is to read a new kind of library on ReadWorks, which is in your packet or on Google Classroom, but I believe as of today, everyone has a packet. And you're going to answer only questions 1 to 5. And then something new that we've been doing this week is submitting your online ELA assignment, which has you making an inference, okay? I hope everyone has a great Friday and a really good home. Stay safe and wash your hands.